And we welcome you on this Friday afternoon to AZW's In the Zone, Action Zone Wrestling's very own wrestling roundtable discussion every Friday at 12:30 right here on Olelo. We're inside our Action Zone Wrestling studios here in Mapunapuna. And in case you guys haven't seen the show before, it's basically for you pro wrestling enthusiasts, those pro wrestling purists, anything pro wrestling, you can rest assured that we're going to talk about it right here on AZW's In the Zone. I'm joined by three guys here, three of the breakout stars for Action Zone Wrestling. Starting on my far right here, the current AZW heavyweight champion. He is Mr. Athletic Jeff Cobb. Jeff, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
To his right, a former AZW tag team champion, part of Happy Feet. He is the one-man musical rock hard Rocco Shinoda.
That's me. And
one of the baddest men to ever step foot in an AZW ring. This is Ahuna.
Okay.
All right, guys, let's jump right into it now. Obviously, a lot of pro wrestling fans, all of us right here, the four of us, and a lot of overrated and underrated wrestlers that we see in WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor. How about in Action Zone Wrestling as well?
Do referees count?
Referees may count. Do you have an overrated or underrated referee?
Bill Olsen.
Of course. That's our first Bill Olsen reference. Many more to come.
But other than that, Hawaii or anywhere you're talking about, right?
Right.
Well, first you got to clarify what do you mean by overrated and underrated. I mean, did they do it to themselves or did somebody put it upon them to be as such as overrated, underrated?
Well, maybe underrated in the sense that a guy who just shows up, is a workhorse day in, day out, performing these matches, and maybe not deserving the credit that he or she may get.
No, but if they worked hard to get it, then you can't really put them as overrated, right?
Probably, yeah.
This subject not for me. Let's see what they got to say.
Any overrated, underrated wrestlers, guys?
Underrated wrestlers. You're talking about Hawaii, right?
Yeah, or any organization in general. Yeah.
In general, okay. Okay. Oh, that's easy. Leilani Kai, Malaya Hosaka. Yeah, let's talk about, the female wrestlers,
right.
They are to me about, yeah.
You really like the female wrestlers.
Yes, I do. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Who doesn't like female wrestlers?
Leilani Kai wouldn't be the first person to be.
She's from Hawaii.
I know, I appreciate that. But that's just a random person to name. Anyway, how about you, Jeff?
Mr. Anderson.
Oh, Ken
Anderson.
Yeah. And you're still not going to touch the subject?
No, I changed my mind.
Okay.
Underrated. He would be one. Yeah, you. I would say you would be an underrated wrestler because of where you started. Because you used to be one of those guys that used to come and watch us wrestle.
Yeah.
You used to hitch rides from home to the show, from the show to home.
Yeah, exactly. 3-hour rides. Exactly.
And then you busted your ass getting trained. And then you got given the boot real quickly. But then you latched on here in AZW and you made a name for yourself. So as far as underrated would go, you. As far as overrated, if I have one in mind, I would pick a guy who called himself El Magnifico.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because, I mean, he's out of shape. I mean, he's a nice guy and all outside the ring, but inside the ring, I mean, he sucked. He sucked. And word going around Hawaii right now is he's telling people that I suck. So, hey, dog, if you're watching this show and you think I still suck, maybe you should hook up with DDB and see if you can get back in the ring. And let's see who really sucks.
What is it like for you? What is it like for you seeing a guy like El Magnifico, who you think is overrated, and a guy who's been in the business for about a decade and a half in Hawaii pro wrestling? What does that make? How does that make you feel seeing someone like that getting that kind of push? And you're in there day in, day out.
Took me a long time to realize what actually was happening with him. And then when you look back at when I first started, because when I first started, I never care. All I wanted to do was just get in the ring and fight. Get in the ring and fight. That's all I was about. I never care who you was, because you sure as hell never care who I was. So the feeling was mutual. I hate you, you hate me, we beat each other up, boom, we're done. But then as you sit back and you watch how people like that just rise to the top when they didn't even deserve them. And then you look at all the other guys that was below him, and he would say, and you don't deserve one shot at my title. You don't even deserve one shot at that title. You know what I mean? Looking back now, from right now, looking at how he got his spot, dude, you was lucky. You're just lucky for being in the right place at the right time. A guy with no in-ring skill. Really, I mean, if you look at yourself now, and you look at yourself back then, you tell yourself the same thing, that you really suck. So, hey man, I'm inviting you here. In fact, I'm inviting all you guys, whoever put down Hawaii wrestlers back then, back in the World League Wrestling days or any promotion before. If you guys still got anything bad to say, and you guys still think you guys can lace them up, hey, but I'm here. I don't care. Because you probably still hate me because I still hate you.
I told you he's one of the baddest men to ever step foot in an AZW ring. And for Rocco, what does that mean for you? Because coming from a guy with a lot of experience, thinking that you're a very underrated wrestler, maybe underutilized in Action Zone Wrestling.
Well, that means a lot to me. I'd like to thank you for saying that about me. I kind of feel the same way about myself, you know, underutilized or underrated, or what would you say, underrated?
Hey, you keep quiet. Like, leave it alone. Talk.
I'm talking right now. Okay, I am. Yeah, thank you. Also gotta say, I kind of agree with El Magnifico. I watched his stuff in the past. Or I watched one WOW episode. It was just 30 minutes of talking. Just one promo. 30 minutes. That's it. Have him talking about no matches, nothing. That's it. So I don't really get it.
On the national level, Jeff, you mentioned Mr. Anderson or Ken Kennedy, if you're a WWE fan, but are there any underrated or maybe overrated, if I'm going to hit that line, in Action Zone Wrestling?
In AZW?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess I would agree with Rocco, with the Huna statement about Rocco being underrated. Overrated? It seems like we're all good, all level.
Some could make the argument that you may be an underrated wrestler as well, although that you are the AZW heavyweight champion. Your athleticism in the ring and what you can perform inside the squared circle may be some of the best in the West Coast, no? Perfect, great.
Yeah.
That's the easiest toss-up question I gave.
Well, you asked me, you said no.
You asking us or?
No, I'm asking you. I mean, do you disagree? Is there a disagreement there?
About
Jeff, maybe.
Well, I don't think I'm underrated.
You're here on the show, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
I'm here.
I'm
I'm here.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I'm underrated or overrated. I mean, I just, you know, every training, I just go training, try and get better, try to improve, whatever I can to mess up on. You know, I just try to fix it. It doesn't matter like who I wrestle. I just try to have the best match and do whatever I can to please the crowd. You know.
He's awesome.
Action Zone Wrestling is turning 6 years old in just about a month here, celebrating its 6th anniversary since 2005. And Ahuna has been in the Hawaii pro wrestling scene for, again, 15 years. And certainly the product and the sport has changed a whole lot. Is there a difference from when you wrestled back then, maybe in the late 90s up until now, of the sport in Hawaii pro wrestling?
You hardly find the sport. You gotta find the right guys to be with who want the sport. You can tell who's here for the sport and who's here for the entertainment. Then you get your guys who's here for the sport and the entertainment. So, as far as sports-wise go, nothing really will change. I can say that.
How about you guys, from when you first started in Action Zone Wrestling or in another organization, has there been a significant change or any change whatsoever in the actual product?
You talk about products of each promotion?
Any promotion.
Any promotion. Yeah. Well, HCW is all about strong style. They try to be a sport, but no entertainment value whatsoever. Just, you know, people just beating each other up. Right. I kind of didn't like that. That's not me. I grew up on sports entertainment, but I love the sport too. And I want a balance. You know, that's why I'm in AZW. I get a balance here. That's right.
Jeff, when you first started in Action Zone Wrestling?
Well, I only started about back in 09 actually. So, I mean, the same guys that have been around back then is still around producing good shows. Like from what I watched before, the first episode I watched was I believe Bone Crusher was on it, and I thought, like, no offense to him, but I thought his match was kind of boring.
Yeah,
to be quite honest. Like, he was like, I'm gonna hit him in the back, and that's it. And I was like, okay. So I was like, wow.
Yeah, I don't like him too.
So I mean, like I said, no offense to the guy. I don't know him personally, but from what I saw from a fan's perspective, I thought it was boring.
Yeah, one of the funny things, you know, when we prep for this show and we get ready for any live event in AZW, Bone Crusher always seems to be a name that kind of pops up in the situation, and you have to have at least one Bone Crusher story.
I have many Bone Crusher stories. I got trained by the guy.
How was that?
Very bad. Very bad. He had no technical skills at all, and trying to be taught and learn. No, because he said, this is what you're going to learn. You're going to learn what I'm teaching you, because I'm still learning what I try to teach you. And I'm like, all right, this is going to hurt today. Good.
Damn.
First bump I ever took. I mean, some of the guys nowadays, They get unlucky. You get to bump in the ring. Me, I was trained on a basketball court outside, concrete ground, stool about this high. He tells me, stand on it and fall backwards. And I'm like, am I gonna still be alive after I do it? And he's like, you're not gonna know until you try. Oh, okay, so I tried. Obviously I'm still alive, but that hurt.
Did you learn anything from Bone Crusher?
Yeah? Nothing. Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, I learned something. I learned nothing.
Nothing is something. Yeah.
What the hell is going on here? Anyway,
What you mean?
and the product, the national product, the national product of pro wrestling has certainly changed, and WWE has kind of been the architect of that change and spearheaded everything. So now when you look at WWE and you look at another promotion, other promotions may say, well, WWE kind of sets the standard for that, so we have to do it that way. But certainly, growing up, watching pro wrestling in the 80s and 90s, WCW, WWE, are there any aspects about WWE, WCW, or any organization back in the day that you would still like to see in today's pro wrestling?
Well, I like to take this right now.
Okay.
I grew up on the Hogan Warrior era,
Okay.
the original PG era, and
Okay.
I just like to say I like the current PG era, even though I know a lot of adults don't like it.
Really? Okay.
Yes, I do. I do, even though, there's a lot of random dancing, a lot of random singing. I love that. I feel like I'm watching iCarly. So, and
Big iCarly fan, are you?
yes, I am.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Yes. And, but one thing missing is that back in the old PG era, the Intercontinental belt was important.
Yeah.
Right now it's not. There's barely any, wrestling, long wrestling matches, which I miss. We had Texas Tornado, we had Mr. Perfect, we had Bret Hart going after the Intercontinental title. Right now, it's barely existent. Same thing with the U.S. belt, and I want that back as an aspect. The mid-card belts being important.
How about you, Jeff?
I have to agree with Rocco. Intercontinental belt back then, I mean, it was like a stepping stone to the heavyweight title. Like Ultimate Warrior had it, then he went up to the heavyweight. Bret Hart, there's like a transition. I mean, now it's like that's more like a proper joke, And another thing too that I want to see is like tag team wrestling. I mean, we focused that like on here and TNA, but I mean, like even like WWE is just, yeah.
Ahuna?
I like to see real brutality brought back to the ring. We try it. People love it. I mean, you can tell the fake brutality that happens in the ring, the stage brutality, opposed to the real brutality. Back in the day, World Class Championship Wrestling, even down here, 50th State Wrestling, they used to just beat the crap out of each other. I mean, punch me in the face. Thank you. I'll see you next week. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right.
Do you know what I mean, really?
Right. I mean, like, certainly, to jump on Rocco's point, the championships have certainly become an anomaly of sorts, because you have the Intercontinental Championship, which doesn't really mean anything, and then you have the SmackDown brand, which is the U.S. title, I guess you could say, which is kind of like the Intercontinental Championship of sorts. But back in the day at WCW, if you're the U.S. champion, you're the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship in WCW. Here in Action Zone Wrestling, Jeff touched up on it, that we focus a lot more on our tag team wrestling. We have two main belts, the World Heavyweight title and the tag team title, and certainly tag team wrestling is alive and well here in Action Zone Wrestling. And now, certainly, all of you have been affiliated with the brand for quite some time now. Your personal favorite AZW moment? Let's start off with you, Ahuna.
My debut. My debut was really classic, I thought. I mean, I just came to the show, sat back, and pretty much enjoyed myself watching the show. And then this dude named Hombre Mystico, DDB gave him a choice, wrestle me or get fired. But if you lose, he's still going to get fired.
Right.
I'm here, he's not, so we know what happened, right?
When was that debut? Do you remember?
No, I've been hit in the head too much to remember exactly the date.
How about you, Rocco?
My favorite AZW moment has to be when AZW invaded ACW.
No, Jeff wasn't there.
Oh, yeah.
He's still us.
Yeah.
Proud of AZW.
It was one of my favorite
It's
moments.
there in my spirit.
I finally had my first ACW win, against the top talent like Tito Vasagra, and in ACW, I never had one win in my entire 10 months. That was my first win on the final show, so that means a lot to me. And
Jeff?
Well, I have actually two. First was, I guess, like Ahuna said, is the debut, anniversary 5 actually, or I'm sorry, anniversary 4.
So this is your best moment. You have no idea when it is.
It was a spur of the moment thing.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't get the official call up yet, and then Sean Christine swerved off the road or something like that. I don't know. And opportunity opened, and I took it, and it was great. I mean, wrestling in the Philcom was awesome. And second greatest moment so far is I guess winning the AZW Heavyweight Championship for the first time. Battle Clash of 09. And yeah.
Oh, and there's only been 9 AZW champions. 3 of them have won it more than once, and one of those men is Mr. Athletic Jeff Cobb. Now, when you look at AZW as a brand, all of you are obviously in it. What is it like to have DDB as a boss? Because we all know that DDB is watching over at home, and he certainly catches in the zone every Friday at 12:30 in the afternoon. So, what's it been like working for him, Ahuna, as opposed to maybe other promoters out there in other organizations?
He know what he's doing. Plain and simple. DDB knows what he's doing. Lars Anderson,
That's another name that comes up with Bone Crusher. Lars Anderson as well.
he had one show every year. I mean, obviously you don't know what you're doing if you're having just one show a year. Then NWA Hawaii, they had good thoughts in mind, but didn't practice what they preach. And they really didn't know what they were doing until later.
Right.
But by the time they knew what they were doing, there comes a fight with HCW. A lady comes around saying, I know what I'm doing. How about you come wrestle for me, you come wrestle for me, and we do all this. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. She knew what she was doing when she started, but as the business kept going on, she lost focus of what she was doing. I don't know if that was bad or what, because now we all wrestle for AZW. I mean, maybe it was good. She lost her focus, which opened the door for everybody to just come to AZW and just work under one roof. I mean, I don't know. I think it probably was good.
Is that lady sort of a Dixie Carter type of character that's currently running
Sorry. Yes, it is.
All right.
No.
Yes.
Honestly,
In my mind.
no.
All right. Someone drank a Red Bull.
No.
No, I know.
Huh?
How come?
How you can compare it to Dixie Carter?
Easy. Same, because she
You're a
did the
girl.
same things. No, not because she's a girl. Because she does the same. She's not a good business.
Yeah,
woman.
Leilani Kai
Not a
wouldn't do
good-
that. Leilani Kai would not.
Exactly.
Actually,
she would be a better wrestling promoter.
She had
than
business
this-
smart.
Yeah.
She knew what she was doing when she first started. Then people started talking in her ear. Just like Dixie
Just like
Carter.
Dixie Carter,
People
same
started
thing.
talking in her ear.
So you do agree with me?
Maybe I do. I don't know.
Okay.
He's been hit so many times.
I just
He has no idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, how about what is it like working under Dangerous Daryl Bonilla?
It's awesome. I mean, I get to be myself, unlike other promotions. Just as long as I'm myself, I'm happy. I just like.
Was it the creative direction of the promoter that kind of made you come out of your comfort zone? I guess you could say.
Yes, I would say so.
What were some other? I don't want to say gimmick because gimmick is a terrible word. But what are some other characters? I guess you could say that you kind of played.
Me played.
Yeah.
Oh, they gave me a HCW. Gave me.
Let's go worse. Let's go with the worst.
William Hung. I was supposed to be a William Hung impersonator.
Oh God.
I'm not gonna say the promoter's name who gave me the booker who gave me that gimmick, but I hated it. I hate American Idol. It's just not me.
The High School Musical.
I love High School Musical.
A-okay.
That's me.
That's himself.
Yeah. How about you, Jeff?
Me.
Well, I can honestly say that DDB is the best promoter I have ever worked for.
Okay. There's no brown in your nose, by the way.
Oh no,
Well,
I mean just
who's the champion again? Okay, just making sure.
yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Well, I've heard stories of other promoters. I haven't been dealt with that since I've been here. I mean, I've enjoyed every minute of it. So since I've started, I mean, he keeps in contact with every one of us, so we know what's going on. What are we doing this day? We're doing that day. We're doing this show, whatever. I mean, he's on the ball. So I mean, I enjoy it. It makes my job easier.
Now, you've wrestled in other organizations, correct? Not necessarily here in Hawaii?
No.
Oh, wow. This is your first one?
Yeah.
Wow. How about that? Good for you.
That's why that's the best promoter he can work for.
So how did DDB find you?
Actually, I found them. They used to work out at the gym, and I saw them on TV. Rode my bike to one of the shows, checked it out, and said, "This is for me, man."
Right on. Excellent. Now, we're going to end it on this final note. Now, we asked this a couple times on previous shows here on In the Zone. Your dream match, any organization, any wrestler, any type of match. Because Sabaki said he wanted to have a mirror match and fight with himself, which is
Well, I was the closest. I mean, I wrestled on a Sabaki match against him.
right.
I
Okay.
did.
And
I was
that
daydreaming, by
myth
the way.
finally squashed.
Oh, no.
But is there any other wrestler or any dream match that you guys could have in your mind, whether in AZW or any organization?
Well, can't really say because the one that I would really want to wrestle, he died. But I can get to following back in the day and got to wrestle that guy. That guy would be Bruiser Brody.
Okay.
Wow.
I'd like to get in the ring with him because, like I said, I want pure brutality to be brought back into pro wrestling. And that guy knew nothing but brutality. If he couldn't hit you, he'd kick you. If he couldn't kick you, he'd bite you. If he couldn't bite you, well, as stories has it, he stabbed you before, you know? I mean, just to know if that's what I really want, you know what I mean? You just go up against something that, this is what I want, and you just go up in and see, am I really want this? Yeah. And then when it gets done, you all saw, and then you say to yourself, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But at least I lived through it to say I did it.
Yeah, certainly. And how about you, Rocco?
Damn, just one name?
Yeah. Are you mad at me? What's
No,
okay?
man, you're just one name. It's hard because there's a lot of like,
It's hard.
there's a
Yeah.
lot of workers I like, work with. I would ju-
Are you a
maybe just
cruiserweight
one-
guy? Are you a cruiserweight guy or like a headline type of? And who
Cruiserweight,
you would
yes.
fight with? I mean,
I guess Rey Mysterio Jr.
Rey Mysterio. All right.
Yes.
Jeff.
Definitely Leilani Kai.
All right.
Yeah, I'm kidding. No, well, I actually have two that I would really like to.
You have two of everything.
I
You
know.
have two. You have two moments in AZW.
No, I'm
Everything comes
sorry.
in pairs with
I'm
you.
just taking
Is that okay?
everything. Well, to be quite honest, maybe first and foremost, I would like to wrestle AJ Styles.
Okay.
He's awesome in the ring. I mean, he's like
He's
like
phenomenal.
with ease. They're phenomenal. I mean, with ease, his moves are so graciously like a. I don't even know what words can't even describe it. It's awesome. It's phenomenal.
Unbelievable. Your second one.
Kurt Angle.
Oh, okay.
So you can see who's a better wrestler.
Who would be the better wrestler?
You watching? Me.
And on that note, that's how we end AZW's In the Zone. Special thank you out to the terrific women and men of our Olelo crew here in our Mapunapuno studios. Do not forget, make sure you check out Action Zone Wrestling on demand. Just log on to olelo.org. Check out Olelo on demand. You can check out all the previous episodes. And don't forget, you can check us out every Tuesday at 9 o'clock on Olelo. So for Mr. Athletic Jeff Cobb, the one-man musical rock hard Rocco Shinoda, and Ahuna Felipe Ohastro saying we'll see you next Friday afternoon, 12:30 AZW in the Zone.